And welcome to a new episode of Father Mahoney's House of Horrors. So today I'm finishing off the Nightmare on Elm Street saga with the 2010 remake, starring Jackie Earle Haley as Fred Krueger, Rooney Mara as Nancy. So this one's a little different. I've picked on this movie for years. Not much has changed in my opinion. But I'm gonna give this one a little bit of credit. Has some great kills. It really, there's a lot of great kills. There's also a lot of callback moments in this. There's a callback to Tina's death. There's a callback to Tina's being drugged around the school in a bag. There's some of the quotes. How's this for a wet dream? So I like the fact that it's giving praise to the Freddy Krueger movies that made this series, and even some of the names are callbacks. Besides actually the main cast, but Chris is obviously a reference to Kristen. Jesse, there's a Jesse character in this from part two. I caught a bunch of things I didn't catch before. It's still not a great movie. Jackie Earle Haley was cast totally wrong. I don't like the look. I don't like his voice. There are some scenes that he's truly frightening. The one big criticism I have about this movie, and we've known for years, about Freddy's history with children, but it was always just hinted. It was never really the premise of the series. The premise was Fred Krueger's revenge on the parents who killed him, the parents of the Elm Street kids. To get back at the kids through, harming the kids through the parents. This one, we get a clear definition that this is about, what Freddy did to the children. And I don't think that was really needed. I think that's my biggest criticism towards this movie is all we needed was that original hint to dislike Freddy in the first two. But the one thing I do like by bringing that back up is that we don't like Freddy. In the series, after we hit part three, like I said in the past videos, Freddy became like this cultural phenomenon, and everybody wanted to have Freddy merchandise. And this is a man who, we know his past. So to get back to how we originally felt about Freddy, that I did like, because we're not supposed to like Freddy. In fact, we're not supposed to really like any of these killers in the movies, but things happen and they become icons. So I did like the fact that it got back to not liking Freddy. I just think that it was a little bit too much with the definitions and the things that Freddy did to these kids. So I'm kind of really mixed there. But no, I've always given this movie like a 0.5. I'm gonna change that. It's still gonna be my lowest rating of the Freddy series. It's gonna get a 1.5. Like I said, the kills were great. The Tina reference to the kill scene was great. Like I said, a lot of the callbacks really were cool that they recognized those. So For that alone, especially the kill, I keep saying about the kills, but some of the kills are really good in this. I just wish they casted Freddy better. This could have been a much higher rating if the there was no really likable, like Nancy's likable to a point, but she's a complete different Nancy. Like in the first one, she's a very popular girl. She's I guess you could say kind of proceeds learning how to be a survivalist. In this one, she's kind of the outcast. So um, I think they tried to change some of the characters a little bit too much, but then we get Quentin is actually okay. I don't mind Quentin. Dean's death is probably the highlight in that ending. I totally forgot about that ending because that it did get me a little bit. That I think that was a better, and I'm gonna go on the record. I think that was a better ending than the original. So yeah, I came out of this more appreciative of this movie, even though it still has the lowest rating. So much love, peace, harmony, and I'm not sure. I'm still debating on what to do next. Start with Halloween 2 because I've already reviewed Halloween, or should I go right into the Leatherface series, which I've already done a kind of a small review on Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. So if I did start a Chainsaw series, it would probably be starting with 2 again with a little bit more definition to it. So much love, peace, harmony.